It's been a couple of years that we've been telling the city and the province that we need an extra space in winter, that they should not rely on us filling up to the rafters in already crowded conditions.
For years, advocates have been struggling to shelter the homeless on cold winter nights. 3 years ago, the city's 4 biggest shelters started working on a project that would bring 80 additional beds to Montreal during the winter. The city has now confirmed it's happening. The province will fund it.
This is for men, for women, for transgender, for people with pets, Aboriginal, non-Aboriginal. So it's going to catch a lot of people that otherwise are excluded from current shelter services.
You'll recall the devastating story in November when a homeless man's dog froze to death in his arms overnight because they had nowhere warm to go. At that point, there was only one shelter in Montreal that allowed dogs overnight. Now there'll be 2.
We want to be able to provide an atmosphere of dignity and warmth. It's going to provide basic services, so no meals. They'll be transported there from an area where they will have eaten, and they'll be transported back to another space, probably for breakfast in the morning.
One of the locations being considered for the new shelter is the old Royal Victoria Hospital building that's been empty since it moved to the new MUHC Super Hospital.
It's going to be a community-based group, or several actually, so a network of community-based groups running the operation. But we're definitely willing to invest if there's a need for the city.
There are approximately 3,000 homeless people in Montreal and just under 1,000 beds. The shelter says emergency beds are not the long-term solution.
The idea of building up emergency beds really only gets people going round and round inside a network. And if you can actually end homelessness by creating spaces for people to have permanent shelter, then that's the solution that we should be looking for.
The shelter opens its doors in 2 weeks and will stay open until April 15th. In Montreal, Tina Teneriello, City News.